Michael, many congratulations, safely through to the last 16. How would you reflect on that performance tonight?
I think overall, I put in a decent performance. In patches, I think I played some really good darts, and I think with that in your mind, I think you know you're capable of doing more.
An average of almost 100, 50% on the double. Do you feel like you're growing game by game here?
Growing is a big word, but you have to do it on the moments you have to do it, and I think that's exactly what I'm doing.
And that win sets up a fantastic tie against Gary Anderson, the two-time world champion in the last 16. What are you expecting from that matchup?
I think I expect a lot from that game because Gary's playing some fantastic darts, and like everyone's saying, the old Gary is back, and everyone is really happy. And he's averaging 102 and 103, and I'm averaging about 99 and 100, and I'm just doing okay. So I think that's a good sign for me. So I'm really looking forward to play against him, because when you play Gary, there's room for fireworks. We always play good against each other, most of the time at least. And yeah, I'm looking forward.
You've been involved in so many amazing games against Gary, including many on this stage. Do you think it'll bring the best out of you?
Hope so. That would be good. I think the crowd deserves it. There's a lot of high-seeded players gone out, so I think this is one of the games to watch in the next round.
Thanks, Michael. Well played.
You're welcome.
Michael, well done. How satisfied with your game are you on a scale of 1 to 10, for example?
With?
On a scale of 1 to 10, between 1 and 10, give me a number.
7, 8.
Okay.
I think I was decent. I was when I had to play well, I think, but I still knew I had more in my power, but I didn't have to deliver it, so I didn't. But that's the way how darts is sometimes.
And how important now, after this kind of Christmas period, is it to feel like you are building momentum? Because they come thick and fast, these matches.
I know. They're coming quick now, but that's the way how the world is, and you need to prepare yourself for it. And you can moan about it as much as you want. It's not going to help you anyway. So you need to make sure you do the right thing for yourself.
Well done. Good luck.
Thank you.
Michael, many congratulations. All year you've said about your consistency. There's been the frustration where you'd have good game, bad game. Here you've put two reasonable...
Consistency, yeah.
you put two good performances together. Is this the turning point where you now on that road back to the old Michael?
No, I hope so. I always try to improve myself constantly, and that's not always that easy. But I think overall, I'm trying to be a more decent player than I was in the last probably 1.5 years. And the only thing what you can do is keep investing time in yourself and try to perform as good as possible.
What have you changed recently? Because the throw looks almost back to how it was. It's smooth again. We know the action broke down at times, but it's looking back. What have you done to put that right?
Everyone knows I didn't have the last probably 18 months wasn't the most easy 18 months of my life, and you need to adjust yourself sometimes. And when everything balances out, I know I'm capable of. You're not going to lose your talent, you know what I mean? But you need to try to find it back and keep battling, try to find your own battles and try to improve. That's the only thing you can do.
You mentioned there that the players with high ceilings have departed, and there's been many shocks. Does that just keep? Does that just keep you razor focused to make sure that you don't join that list?
Of course, you need to raise your focus because you need to make sure you keep your own momentum going. And I'm not going to compare myself with other players, but still the best players are still in the tournament. So you need to make sure you keep on top of your own game, because otherwise you're going to make mistakes yourself. You're welcome.
Well done, Michael. You talked about that game with Gary Anderson and how you bring the best out of each other. Why do you think that is?
Because we're two really good dart players.
Simple as that.
Yeah, 100%. We know each other for a really long time. I think the first time I played Gary Anderson was probably 23, 22 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So I've been on the circuit for quite a long time, same as Gary. I think I'm in the PDC 1 or 2 years longer than him. So we know exactly what we have to do to each other to beat each other. And yeah, we had so many great battles, and I hope we're going to have another great battle in 2 days' time.
Are you able to enjoy occasions and matches like that, even though this is such a high pressurised tournament and environment?
Of course. If I can't enjoy games like this anymore, that's the day I'm going to retire. That's the promise.
Hello, Michael. Well done today. You said that well, you've played well in the 2 previous games, but it wasn't the best performance in the first game. You said last time that you made mistakes on and off the hockey in the opening round. What did you get wrong off the hockey then?
Listen, did I say that?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
In the press conference after you beat Willie O'Connor?
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a concentration thing, but if it's a mistake, I don't. Don't always spin me on my words, will you?
This level that you've played at the past 2 games, how much more do you need to add to become a 4-time world champion?
I don't know. It depends on the other players, but I know I got more in my tank, so I know I'm capable of doing more than what I showed in the previous games. And I'm sharp. I know what I'm capable of, and I think there's still room for improvement. And I have to show that in the next upcoming games if I want to be the world champion for the 4th time. Simple as that.
When we spoke to Gary Anderson, he said that he's looking to maybe play until he's 60 years old to play son on this stage.
Gary said so many crap in his life, so I don't believe him anymore. He retires every year.
Do you not think he'll do that? And if he does it excite you that you've got potentially, a lot more matches?
To have Gary Anderson on tour is always a pleasure, because I think he's good for darts. The way how he plays is a phenomenal dart player. Simple. I know.
Thank you, Michael. Well done today.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, Michael. What was your sort of thought process going into this game today? Because Arno would have been an unknown quantity to you, and would you have been expecting to play a Peter Wright or a Kim Huybrechts?
Yes, of course. Before, if you start a tournament, you don't think you're going to play the 3rd round against Arno, but fair play to him. He beat Peter Wright there in an okay performance. But yeah, that's the way how things go sometimes, and then you need to adjust yourself, try to make yourself sharp, and to make sure you win games like this, because I only can lose in games like this, so you need to make sure you keep on top of your own performance and make sure you put him under pressure and win games like this, otherwise you're only damaging your own ability.
And are you pleased with your progress so far? Because the last 2 games in particular, your scoring and your doubling has been very solid.
Of course it is solid, but there's still room for improvement. As I say in every interview, there's no one more critical about myself than me. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But I feel good, and I'm looking forward to my game against Gary.
And do you feel like this is where your tournament truly starts now that it is the real business end of the tournament?
Of course, games like Gary Anderson, of course my next game, that's where you want to play, do you know what I mean? You want to play against the big boys, because if you win games like this, that gives you confidence towards the next rounds as well. But you first need to focus yourself on this one, and before you're going to look ahead of things.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your secret to stay calm? Secret, yeah. To stay calm in crucial.
Yeah, to stay calm, I know.
Yeah, to stay calm in crucial moments.
It's not that I have any secrets, but I've been in these situations loads of times before. I played my first World Championship before Luke Littler was born, you know what I mean? People underestimate things like that, but that's the way how it is. So I have a little bit of experience, and I think that helps a lot.
Okay, what will sharpen for the next round, and how?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sharpen,
Sharpen for the next round?
Well, I have to sharpen myself. No, I have to sharpen myself a lot for the next one, because Gary Anderson is a player who's in probably one of his best performances he's been doing in the World Championship for the last few years, and so I need to make sure I put him under pressure as much as I can, but there's something to worry about in 2 days' time.
How do you stay at top form after 19 consecutive Alexandra Palace appearances?
I don't know. I love the game. I think that's the most important thing, because if you don't love the game anymore, I think there's no room for improvement, and then I think that's better to stop. But as long as I keep loving it and I still play well, I'll be here.
Thank you.
And if I keep raising the prize money.
I just wanted to ask if you could explain what's wrong with our German players. Why did
There's nothing wrong with German players, but you also need, sometimes you have to praise the other players, you know what I mean? It's not always about someone does bad or someone does good. But for a country like Germany, they should have more players, especially in the high end. I was surprised with the first round lose of, what's his name? Nico Springer. I was really surprised, but I think maybe he was a little bit nervous or something. But Martin Schindler, he was playing well in the last few games, and then all of a sudden he drops as well. They have to be more consistent like me as well.
Do you have any reasons why the consistency is missing?
They should practice with me more often.
Is it as simple as that?
Of course not, but what else do you want me to say?
I don't know. Maybe you have any tips for them?
Yeah, go on the practice board. No, but it's very hard for me to judge. I know him, but I don't know him. I think Gabriel played really well today. I think he was a bit unlucky because he should have and could have been 3-all, and then he could have started the last set, and he could put Luca Humphries on really a lot of pressure. And so I think he had a good performance, but that's the way how sometimes darts is. And what can you do?
Sorry?
What can you do?
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Last one in English, if that's okay. Let's get it done.
Michael, well done. Did you know Arno Merk before the tournament starts?
No.
So were you impressed by his performances towards your game today?
Yeah, okay. I knew he won the German Super League, but I'm not impressed with anyone, because if you're impressed, it's a kind of fear. And I'm never fearing anyone. You always need to believe in your own ability, and whoever comes on your path, and the Merks, the Humphries, who cares? You still have to beat them.
German players does often complain about the high pressure of media and the fans in Germany.
Welcome to my life.
Do you think they are right with these complaints?
As long as they talk about you, more interviews, how important you are. So they should be happy about having interviews, because the day they don't have interviews, that's the way it is.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
May I ask a question? As I started to watch darts, I thought everyone has to be a heavyweight. You lost lots of weight, I think so. Congratulations for that. Does this change anything?
Okay, but I want to start something. Pikachu is not really a heavyweight, is he? He's a German
yes, that's
dart
right,
player.
but lots of dart players.
Yeah,
as I said, when I started to watch, nearly everyone was like this. You lost lots of weight. Does this change anything, or is it just
stress and lifestyle? Because of course, you know, when you're having overweight, you need to do something against it. And now after I know as no one else, you need to make sure you do something against it, because there's more and more tournaments. It's more important constantly, so you need to make sure you try to get as healthy as possible. Simple as that.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys.